Hey, what's going on, G-Ballers? Today, I have an exciting new knife here to share with you coming in from Artisan Cutlery. If this is your first time stopping by, welcome to GBall Vision. Drop a comment down below and let me know what your EDC is for today. This is going to be a newer release for Artisan Cutlery, and it is actually going to be out of Artisan Cutlery's more affordable line, and believe it or not, they do have an affordable line that is not CJRB. There's really, at this point, no distinction between CJRB and Artisan as far as price point goes. You know, the name is different on the blade between the two, but really CJRB has delved into more affordable knives, more premium ended knives, and Artisan has done the same. Mainly, they used to do a lot of the premium knives, but they have since, started to do budget knives here, and this one is going to be, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce it right, but it is the Simoon. You experts down there in the comments can let me know what the name actually is, but I do know that this is going to be sporting the new recoil lock from Artisan and CJRB, and basically what we have here, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be a really unique blade shape. I love it already, and you combine that with the simple fact that there's multiple ways to disengage this knife, and you have dual thumb studs here, so a couple of different ways to open the knife as well. You basically have a fin lock here that you can use the crossbar lock or fin lock to disengage it, and you can also use both of them to open it up if you would like. So these knives are going to not fall short in any manner when it comes to fidgetability, and a crossbar lock, especially the way these are done, you just have more mass in there underneath the tang. It just creates a really solid platform for a locking folding knife. We beat the hell out of the original V2 recoil lock that CJRB and Artisan did, and it is an absolute tank. So, crossbar locks have proven themselves here. I've tested over 100 of them easily at this point, and crossbar locks do not give me any trouble when it comes to keeping the knife locked up. Now, we are going to be looking at RPM 9 here, which is going to be a spray form of 9CR. So you're going to be getting a good steel here. A 9CR base, stainless steel. It's going to be corrosion resistant. It's going to have good toughness. Might not have the best edge retention, but you're not going to get super steel edge retention down around the $50, $60 price point. Just like Artisan and CJRB always do, you're going to have multiple different options when it comes to the Simoon, and that is going to be a G10 material. They got blue, green, I think they also have black, and I'm sure there'll be more as well. So we got 3 1/16 of cutting edge here, just shy of 3 1/2. I mean, it's almost there, and we're coming down at 8 inches to that very bottom tip. We'll bring a couple of knives out here for comparison's sake, and the Kaiser drop bear is up top, Benchmade bug out here on the bottom, and you can see the Simoon here. It's going to be bigger on both ends than both of those. And 2 more, we got the Vastid Raccoon up top here, and the Kaiser Militol on the bottom, and it's going to be larger than something like the Raccoon, and it's going to be very close to something like the Militol, and it might even, I think it actually has it by just a little bit on both ends. Look at that blade too. That is a really cool blade shape. While we're bringing out the 50 ways baked in G-Ball Hank here, let's take a quick look at that edge. That is something to behold there. Nice and pokey. You have that low tip. You'll be able to kind of choke up into this sharpening choil area here. Nice tall blade, so you'll be able to get up there and pinch it as well. Not too much belly involved here. I mean, there is belly, but it's not ridiculous to the point where it should prevent you from longer cuts. And we do have a slightly different clip. They put a little bit of a twist on these clips here, and that's really good to see. I'll show you an example of one of their old clips. I'm just noticing this, but you can see how it's straight all the way down except for this little flare up here. But here they actually flare this out and make this a little bit wider, which gives it a little bit of character there. So I do like that. And it is going to be reversible. It's surface mounted and the screws are recessed. We have that textured G10 there. It's going to carry nice and deep in the pocket. You might see the very butt end of the knife there. And, you know, that'll give you at least an identifier to grab this knife and pull it out here. I'm going to assume that this clip acts very similar to the previous one. It just has a slight change. You have good spring tension in there and a good height in there to get this over top of thicker seams. I think you'll be just fine. Never had any issues the way they have done their surface mounting. Never been a problem. And when you consider these are down around 50 bucks for G10, RPM 9, a really cool new locking system. Yeah, they didn't reinvent the wheel here or anything, but nobody else thought of attaching a fin to a crossbar lock either until they did. So that is really cool in my opinion. If you're someone who likes to mess around with your folders, fidget with them, what have you, you're going to have lots of options when it comes to this knife here or any of the knives with the recoil lock. I'm expecting that we're pretty much only going to see them with studs and maybe at some point a cutout possibly, depending. But the studs are going to give you a nice leverage to get across or get over that stronger spring because they are using good strong springs in there, which really give this a good feeling when you're deploying it. And because you have that taller, bigger blade, it really thwacks out of there if you get it going. Placement of the studs is good in my opinion. It's chamfered out nicely. You have a little bit of blade there you can ride up underneath to kick this out for a reverse flick, so that is equally nice there. And as I said, you can use the crossbar or the fin to deploy it as well. We'll go ahead and we'll get the arch nemesis out here. I like to guess the weight of the knives here on the channel. The last 4 I've been 0.1 off. 4 in a row, 0.1 off. So I'm going to give this a go here. I invite you all to play along. You can put what you think this weighs down in the comments. Even if you already put your EDC in, you're more than welcome to put another comment down there, as many as your little heart desires. Keep in mind, we do have recessed steel liners in there. They do have some internal milling though. It has a little tiny bit of heft to it, but I think it's going to be relatively close to a ratio here. I'm going to say, 3-3. 3-3-3-4. Oh! Oh, baby! Oh! 3-3, baby. No. You done? No. Where are we at here? Okay, 3-3. Like I said. 96. Let's give this one another check here. The other one. 3.3 and 94. Did that say 94? Oh, okay, it did. I'm tripping. There you go. I was dead on, baby. Dead on. Let me know what you guessed down in the comments. Put it down there, baby. Put it down there. Now we'll run this through a quick hardware check here. We're going to have a T8 on the pivot there. we're going to have T8 on the body screws, and we'll have T6 on the pocket clip more than likely. Yes, T6 on the pocket clip. I think eventually they'll make the change to T8s all the way around. That is what I recommend. It just makes it easier, and the screw heads are more durable in a T8 fashion. You just have more material there, only natural. But not sure why the holdup, but there is. We'll go ahead and we'll get our calipers out here and give this a check. 0.46, 0.45. 11.6 millimeters, 3.1 millimeters for our blade stock, and 125 thousandths. We'll go back here to the edge. We have this nice tall blade, but it looks like it's going to maintain having a fairly, I wouldn't say thick edge, but a little bit thicker edge than normal at 26 thousandths. So interesting that they went that route, but it should still be one hell of a cutter. 0.69 millimeters for behind the edge thickness there. Let's go ahead and we'll see how the Simoon cuts out of the box. And what's really cool is we got two here that we can check the edges, check the fit and finish, check and make sure the locks are good. It's just really nice to have two examples here. That stonewash version is cutting really well, and the green one here is also that nice tall blade. That's going to really lend itself to being a good cutter, and you know, it being a little bit thicker behind the edge than average, you know, that's going to make that even tougher. You do have a nice tall blade, so you have a little bit of added toughness there, but it should be a pretty good cutter as well. You'll have to let me know what you think of the recoil V2 lock here. We're going to go ahead and see what this is made of. We already know it has done well in the couple of knives I've checked it out on. Crossbar locks typically do very well. We'll start with the stonewashed one here. I don't really feel, maybe a slight hint of up and down, but that is very natural with crossbar locks, plunge locks, and it's not a cause for concern. We'll go ahead and we'll start out here towards the tip. That'll put a lot of stress on that crossbar lock. Very good. We'll close it and we'll check it. Give it the old triple tap there in the middle. And a good couple of smacks there, and I don't feel any changes there. Very good. We'll go ahead and we'll get the black PVD coated version out here, and we'll see what this one is made of. Start out towards the tip. Couple of lighter ones to get us going. Close it and check it. Nice triple tap there in the middle. And a couple of good shots there right up behind the pivot. And that is going to be in very good shape. Yeah, the V2 lock, in my opinion, I love to see expansion on things and variety, you know, especially in the knife world. Just the more variety, the better for all the consumers out there. That's just, you know, whether it's different variations, you know, colors, coatings, whatever it might be. Just the more options, the better. And all these locking systems coming out, it's really innovative and really cool to see all the different pivot locks, button liner and frame locks, different styles of crossbar locks. Even Vastid has implemented a new system on their crossbar lock. So it's just really cool to see what these companies are coming up with. Can you see the Simoon being added to your weekly rotation or your collection? I look forward to hearing your thoughts on the Simoon here. Don't forget to share this video and hit the thumbs up button. That helps push this video out there to more people. I truly appreciate it. And if you're new to the channel here and you enjoy knives, EDC, and all the gear that comes along with it, make sure you subscribe because I release videos like this every day. I'd love to have you here. I'll pop a couple of new videos up. Go check one of them out. Have yourself an awesome day. Thank you all again for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.